Hey, true believers, Eglantine here. A little bit of personal information. I drive a taxi. I drive a taxi out in Touristville, International Drive area in Orlando, and the Disney area. Sometimes the hotels, so forth and so on. And one of our biggest competitions is the minivan. I don't understand it. Lyft and Uber also, I don't understand that either, because a lot of times what you'll do if you're waiting in a hotel or something is you just kind of line up, and as people are needed and you're waved over, you go on in and you pick up your passenger. And while I'm standing there, I see people come out with their cell phones, obviously waiting for an Uber, and sometimes they wait 10, 15 minutes. I'm thinking, wow, we could have had you there or halfway, depending on where you're going, in the time it took your Uber to get there, or your Lyft, or your minivan, to tell the truth. So expediently, definitely, I was thinking the taxis are right there, and you should be taking advantage of that. Of course, I'm biased. I'm driving a taxi. And the reason also is because Uber is not the money-making venture that they say, and it does a lot of damage to your car. But as far as the minivan's also concerned, it was like $25 at the very least for a ride. Now they've got a new price grid, and the base trip is $15. You get into a taxi, it's like $2.40. Meaning, like, if you get into our cab and you say, "Oh, I want to go to the next building over," and it takes less than a mile, it's $2.40. You get into a minivan and you want to go to the next building over, and it's $15. And that gets pretty bad because there are some areas, like in a taxi cab, starting at the 240, you get out of Animal Kingdom, just to get out of the parking lot, it's going to hit $5 because it's a big parking lot. And so if you're going, say, like Animal Kingdom to the Contemporary Hotel, it's going to cost you about $40 now in a minivan. This is incredibly expensive. And I understand Disney has more and more over the years been catering to the rich rather than the middle class and the families that Walt Disney first envisioned when he came up with Disneyland. But holy Toledo, these are some expensive cars. I'm amazed that anybody would take them up on this. Their rates are now $15 base, meaning, once again, you get in there, the shortest amount of distance is going to cost you $15, and then after that, it's going to be $2.75 per mile, meaning that same trip that would have cost you $5 to get out of Animal Kingdom parking lot is now going to cost you $20 in a minivan. I'm sorry, I know it's biased. I know I drive a cab, but the cabs are still the cheapest route. Now, here's the thing. Before you get into a taxi, please understand that I am saying this as a taxi driver. Before you get into a taxi cab, make sure you understand the roads around Disney. Look at a map, because you will have people try to take you the longest distance. There is a short way and a long way to get you anywhere, and it will seem absolutely like that's the way to go no matter which direction that taxi gets you. I like a person to call me back, meaning if you want, I'll give you my number, I'll give you my card. So instead of going, "Hey, taxi," you call up and you say, "Hey, Eglantine, I want you to drive me here. I want you to drive me there." And if I'm available, I'll do it. If not, I'll give you a reliable team member, somebody who has the same values as me. So I will make sure that you are getting there at the shortest trip, the shortest distance possible. There are some taxi drivers that will make sure that they're driving you the longest way. So I absolutely caution you to understand the roadways. So you could say, yes, I understand we're supposed to take a left here and not a right, because say I want to take you to, you're going from the Fort Wilderness Lodge, and you want to go out to, say, Disney Quest. Or not Disney Quest, that's not there anymore, but Disney Springs. And somebody might turn right, so they're going around the Magic Kingdom instead of going straight or turning left, if that's still available right now, because they are doing construction on that road. The turning left and then turning down so you're passing by Fort Wilderness Lodge is definitely the quickest way to go. So absolutely make sure that you've looked at a map so you know that you're not getting gypped. One thing that I would say that is good for minivans is the child seat. A lot of cabs don't carry them, so we could keep luggage. So we could keep room for luggage and get that the airport trip, which would almost pay for our rent, because we got to pay $150 for that car. And that's, after $150, we finally make money. But definitely this is a plus for the minivan, I would have to say. Either way, and still, I should say, the cab is definitely the least expensive. Just make sure you know where you're going. Make sure and if you step into a smoking cab and you're not a smoker, you can go to whatever taxi you want, no matter what they say in the line. You jump in somebody's cab, that's your choice. So do what feels good and comfortable for you. Now, of course, I'm bringing up these two because they're comparable. There is a bus system, but you do have to wait for the buses. So it all depends on how fast you need to get somewhere. Anyway, let me know what you think about all of this. Just put down, and if you've taken a minivan, what did you think? If not, how does it, or if you did, how does it compare to the taxi? Let me know in the comments below. Also, if you like this video, you want to see more, you know the drill. Click like, click share to get word out about the channel. That's always important. And don't forget to hit subscribe and notifications. I would hate for you to miss anything. Cool things happen around these parts. Now, this is the way we're trying to make a living, and we've got a Patreon. It was first dedicated to my comic book channel, but if you don't mind helping out this channel, go on over. Drop $1 in the till. Helps keep the lights on and help us keep making videos for you. That's the most important thing. I would like to thank everybody who's already done that. And to everyone, all of the true believers, thank you very, very much for watching.
Once a lonely caterpillar sat and cried to a sympathetic beetle by his side. I've got nobody to hug, I'm such an ugly bug. Then a spider and a dragonfly replied, if you're serious and